Fellow Kenyans, welcome to theSCALE. My name is KinotiMarete. We tell it the way it is actually, making no excuses for the truth, because the truth is always the truth. Well, we agreed that we'll meet and try and discuss, because even you have your own kind of voice. You can make your comments as you follow and like and follow our channel, theSCALE. So we wanted to discuss, or we wanted to discuss the issue of the dismissed cabinet secretaries of Kenya. And for once, we can say it is not a very bad move, but it is a good move following what has been going on in our country with the Gen Z issues and all. We know for a fact that most of these people were incompetent. And that is why it was necessitating the actual reason why these people needed to go. Because we need people who are able to change, the way things are done, and people who actually can bring change to the country so that people can have and enjoy a better life. So interestingly, when the 22 of them were taken to parliament, you will find many parliamentarians had their own kind of reservations, wondering what exactly is happening. Because I remember one in particular calling the entire cabinet the president's skunk. So he was saying we should not actually interfere with the skunk, we should just give it to him the way he requested it. So it is a bit interesting to find that even other fellow Kenyans actually felt the same. Anyway, when we want to be fair, we would say everybody deserves a chance. But once you're given the chance and it does not materialize and nothing really happens that is positive, then, you can't blame anybody when someone decides, this is it, and your deal is, or your goose is cooked. So this is actually what happened a few days ago in Kenya, and all the CSAs were sent packing. But now, we ask ourselves as Kenyans, what is the actual implication when we have got no lies? There's something that I would wish for us to do and ask ourselves, because the President said, or His Excellency said, that everything will continue as normal. Because most of our, what we call them returning officers, or the people that actually, the accounting officers actually, not returning officers, sorry, the accounting officers are PSs, or permanent secretaries, in their respective ministries. And the main reason why it was very easy, I believe, that is my own personal opinion, the reason why the president found it very, very easy for him to be able to get rid of all these guys according to the demands of Gen Zs, is because most of the ministries, the key ministries actually, are manned by his own boys. I mean, guys, the truth is, most PSs actually are from his community, and most of them actually, I would say, I don't know if they are political appointees or they are experts in their field. I don't really know. But the question here is, out of maybe 51, the ones he brought in 2023, you will find most of the key ministries actually, you will find someone from his region. And it is important actually for us to confirm, because I could be telling lies instead of the truth. There were 51 of them. And if you also, searched the government page, because they also have their own website where most of the CSs were knocked off actually a few days ago after they were sacked, you will realize this. The first one, the State Department for Cabinet Affairs, is Julius Koril. Then you'll find State Department for Parliamentary Affairs is Aurelio Rono. You'll find that State Department for Citizen Services, it is Julius Bitok. National Treasury, you'll find Chris Kipto. In State Department of Foreign Affairs, you'll find Koril Singoei or something like that. I don't know if I pronounced it right. State Department for Land and Physical Planning, Nixon Koril. Engineer John Kipchumba Tanui, ICT and Digital Economy. Engineer Tum, you'll find him in medical services. Berio Kipsang, you'll find him in the State Department for Basic Education. So, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't want to take a lot of your time, you are also able actually to go through the same list, and you will find that most departments, or most of the key departments of the country, are being run by his own kinsmen. So in my thinking, there is a lot of nepotism in that particular aspect, and that is why it would not really be a big issue if someone decided, well, these other guys can go, and I'll still be able to take care of things because it will be business as usual. So the question that we are supposed to ask ourselves then, what will change? What will change? What is different? Because if these gentlemen, we have all agreed that they were not, I would say, conversant with their work, what then do we expect? One, in my personal opinion, I believe even the PSs, something needs to give. Because, for example, if we reduce the cabinet secretaries to about maybe 15 or something like that, so that we end up with a lean government, as he said, and a broad government also, we need that particular aspect, because a broad government means that at least all the regions, in my opinion, that is my own personal opinion, then all the regions should be represented. So in that particular case, then it means at least part of the broad government should also be included in the PSs, whereby, because we have only 15, maybe from 15 different counties, or maybe the 40 communities that we've got in Kenya, then it simply means at least we should be able to put at least the remaining 25 communities in the PS positions. And it is not possible to do that if we have, let's say like 70 or 50% of the ones who are already holding that position, or those positions, from one region. That is clear nepotism. So if it is not going to be, if we don't want it to be business as usual, then I believe the best thing is to also make reshuffles and even lay off some of the PSs, so that at the end of the day we'll have enough systems or enough slots that can bring all Kenyans aboard, and then people will feel more satisfied. Well, the other question that you should ask yourself, I mean, basically now the government or the cabinet has nobody. So we ask ourselves now, what exactly is supposed to happen? That's the other question. We of course need to fill it up. And my thinking is, if we do things the same way and expect different results, then in my thinking we will be lost. What exactly do I mean by that? If let's say, for example, all the years, over the 60 years that we've been independent, you find that it's either a certain politician who's always been from that particular community, or a son of so-and-so who is always being, appointed into positions. And we've also translated into electoral positions, whereby you find someone who was maybe an MCA, the next time he runs for MP, and then he takes the MP, and then the next time he wants to run for senator, the other time he wants to run for governor. So the question is, things will be the same, because these are the same monkeys changing forests. They are in different regimes, in different positions, but they're the same people. Meaning what then? It means the ideologies that run the country will never change. And that's a fact, again. I told you, you have your own comment, and your own opinion, but my opinion is nothing can change if the actual actors in a field do not change. The things will always be the same, because people work, we are habitual animals. We work in a certain way. That particular way that we work does not actually change. You will find that most of the people who have been in this position, they are highly opinionated. They're highly opinionated because they believe, well, we've been in government for 40 years. We've been in government for 30 years. So what exactly can you tell us about government? So my thinking is we need to do something different, and it will start somewhere. And I'll tell you what the Gen Zs are thinking. We should actually, and I agree with them 110% actually, I agree with them, we should get people who have never served in any capacity in the executive. It's as basic as that. if you have ever, or even in legislation, any arm of those of government, because we are 50 million of us, highly educated people with a lot of experience in their fields, though they have not worked with government. So you'll find people are successful in their businesses and they are willing. Like for example, what happened with Monica, I can't remember. No, the lady who was foreign affairs minister a while back. I can't remember. Amina Mohammed, actually, that is her name. Amina is like left a very lucrative job somewhere else, and she came actually so that she can be part of Uru's government, and we can say actually she did a lot. She was an expert in her field, and you will actually remember when she was moved to a different ministry, well, she did not really perform as well as she did when she was with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, because it is a tough. I mean, she was swimming in exactly what she really knows and maybe enjoys. So her expertise actually was a lot helpful. I mean, had a lot of help for it brought us a lot of good tidings, because she was in the right position. So that is why I agree with the Gen Z saying, if we have someone, an economist somewhere, who's done it perfectly well, like, but I'm not saying that guy should come. There's a Kirwa. Kirwa has been, I think, with United Nations or something like that for some time, and he had very interesting, I would say, ideas on how we can be able to turn our economy. There's also someone else like Jimmy Wanjigi. He's a business person and he's never been in government, and he has interesting things, including the fact that he keeps on saying that we actually owe nobody anything. And if, for example, you owe someone something and the money was given to someone else and it never go to Kenyans, then Kenyans should not pay. So that's an interesting concept. I mean, if someone who can be able to prove that I owe nobody anything is given that position, why would I have a problem? I wouldn't have a problem with that. So I'm trying to say, kama mtu alifanya kazi kwenye government yoyote ile, and in any capacity, whether you've been an MCA, whether you've been an MP, whether you've been an assistant minister, it does not really matter. Stay at home. Because if we continue taking the same people, take Kalonzo, bring him back for foreign affairs, we take Nani, bring him back to this department, then where will the change come from? These people will come with the 1960 ideologies instead of coming with the 2024 ideologies, because things are changing. Everything is going in a different direction. Like, for example, I always give an example of me and telecommunications, because I did telecommunications engineering at some point and got papers and all those kind of things. But brothers, telecommunications, in those days, engineering, we were talking wires and big machines, transmitters and things like that. Exchanges like Akina UXD5 and things like that. I was good at those kind of things. I was very good at those kind of things. But now, I mean, telephony or the communications basically is wireless. So where is if I do not take a different course, maybe to verse myself with what is happening in the world currently, what will a transmitter that needs wires to be connected directly to somebody's home do for me? Nothing. To be very honest, nothing. Because people are actually wanaongea na hewa bwana, unapitia kwa hewa. But you see, I could actually say, I'm a telecommunications engineer. I don't even talk about such. I don't even talk about having been in school training as a telecommunications person, because whatever I did is outdated badly. It's outdated badly. I mean, it's just like driving a trailer, because there are trailers or big trucks that particular time which had 2-gear rivers. One was for lows and the other one was for high. So basically, not one. I know most people actually know. I've never been even somewhere where you will see these very old things. So you'll find that for you to get high gears, then you will have a shifter that would go, one stick that would go low, or maybe you bring it up, it goes to high. And then now you can shift maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. But then you see the 1, 2, 3, 4 is low, and there is 1, 2, 3, 4, which is high. Then it simply means a guy who was driving that kind of vehicle, if he came now These things are shifting themselves, so you just need to touch a button or something like that and everything is different. So let's agree, you did your best when you could, but it is not possible to do it that way anymore. So we need fresh blood to be able to do the things that we need done, and in a modern way. I'll have a part 2 of this particular conversation where you'll be able to find out what I think should be able to be the bare minimums of our selection criteria. Otherwise, for now, I would say that one has been the scale. I believe in new, fresh blood. For this, I don't care the ages or anything like that, but we believe that we need people who are able to change our world and to change our country for the better. This is the scale. Kindly like and subscribe.